Hello, hello. We're back with some more Kenshi, and this time we're picking up basically right where we left off last time. We went ahead and made sure we were recovered from any injuries and all that. But we've got a big old load of the good stuff, and we got a smuggling run to do. So I'm not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna get right on the road. Actually, I think I'm probably going the wrong way because we are going to go down here. Yep. We are going to go down that way to the border with Skinner's Rome. We'll cross from Skinner's Rome into Shem. We'll run across Shem. And instead of taking... Really, there's two routes one can take from there. The Smuggler's Bar is out here. You could... Actually, I think it's closer up here. You can stop over there and then do the nighttime run through Venge and end up in UC territory. Or you can do what we're gonna do, which is rather than go north through Shem, we're going to go southeast through Shem, cross just a tiny, tiny bit of Venge into Flats Lagoon and sell it there. Them tech hunters always want more hash, and we're gonna give it to them by Jove, we're gonna give it to them. So we went ahead and gathered up some food, and it's back on the trail for us, because this is gonna be a nice little payday. Between this run and the bit we got towards the in the last episode with the beak thing eggs and all that, we should be sitting pretty, at least for a little while. And then, probably, at some point in the nearish future, want to recruit maybe a couple more people, start training them up. Maybe start sending some expeditions out into the Fog Islands. While we have just dedicated... I want to train up like dedicated porters to carry our smuggled goods to Flats Lagoon, while we can send the main group to go do things like, I don't know, beat up fogmen, kidnap bandits and turn them in for bounties, those kind of things. You know, just a good old time. Alright, here we are crossing over from Skinner's Rome into Shem, discovering the settled nomads here. Which, to be fair, this is an excellent place to settle. The last, well, not the last one, but the one before last we did of Kenshi playthroughs, meaning, we settled right up in this corner right here. Great spot. Though it was a bit of a pain to, actually wall all of it off, but hey, you know, these things happen. I think we'll probably be building a base, at least a basic base, before too long. I'm just gonna have to recruit some people that are gonna be dedicated base guards and dedicated, like, farmers, stuff like that. And I was thinking there's a couple good spots right down here in the South Wetlands, over by the slave market and all that, that have good resources, great farming, not a ton of hostile factions nearby, and it's not too bad of a spot for, well, our illicit trade. I'm still trying to think on a name for the organization here. We've been a nameless faction this whole time. And for now, we continue to be so. I'll think of something eventually, or some crazy event will happen out of nowhere that gives us inspiration for a name. Alrighty, let's actually just go around Venge completely since we've still got plenty of hours of daylight left. We can just bypass it completely. I do not like all the bones around here, but alas, this is the price of doing business. There's some freaks down here. Who we got? Guerrilla bandits. These guys are no joke. Let's give them a wide berth. A nice wide berth. Oh, they're talking about mist ghouls not existing already. Oh. You know, it's a shame if you were to get eaten by one. We'll take a little swim here. Everybody could use a little swimming XP, huh? Get across some of these sections of the lagoon here. Come on, boys. And girl. I keep forgetting that, we do have a female in the gang here. Who's this guy? Who's this random dingus? Tech hunter. Well, considering we're about to make a mountain of money off of the tech hunters, I'd rather not piss them off. That's bad business, as they say. Bad business. Now, let's see. Travel and repairs. Let's take it to the bar. Alright, actually, let's take our business to the big bar, alright? Hello, welcome, friend. Yeah, that's right, you're about to really love us. Show me what you got. Oh, look at that, 800 a piece when we were paying like 150 a piece. Cha-ching. Now, everything that Senlin's got in her pack. And everything Helly's got in his pack. Good. We had to hit every single one of the dang... Well, not every single one. We had to hit most of these hive villages. Pretty much these four. And I think this one to get all this hash. But now we've got 125,000 cats. Beautiful. Ranger shop. Headgear shop. We can check out the armor shop while we're here. Why not, you know? It's been a big payday. Why not treat ourselves a little bit? Let's see what you got. Alright, well, they got a lot of blueprints. That's nice. Too bad most of these tech hunter shops basically never shut down, so they, it's hard to steal the blueprints from them, unfortunately. And they got a lot of armor, but, it's all pretty much... Well, everything that would be an improvement over what we've got is, heavier. Actually, these would be probably good for... either of them. So let's go. That's only 5 grand. Sell your old pants. There we go. You get some better leg protection. And you could use a shirt that doesn't suck. Anything better than just that leather shirt? Doesn't look like it. Does not look like it at all. So let's go ahead and get you that high grade leather shirt. Not as much arm protection as we'd like, but hey, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. Indeed. Now, I mean, the rest of your armor sucks too. Let's see what we can do about that. Alright, now maybe something better than this trader's leathers. Perhaps. But I still want everybody to be in things that aren't going to limit their stealth, really, so. Let me see here. Not seeing a whole lot. That would be just a straight improvement, unfortunately. Except maybe 1521. That doesn't give full stomach or protection and way worse arm protection. I don't really like that. Well, that drifter's leather coat is just going to be straight up better. Bing bong. Alright. Well, we only ate up about half of our profit here. So, I think we'll go ahead and begin the run back. And if anything crazy happens, we'll cover it. Well, we did run into a little something called beak things. But we seem to be handling them pretty alright. Helly's handling one on his own. Edred already handled one on his own real quick, and Fenlon and Edred are now handling the third. Get in there and help your friend. Edred, you go ahead and make sure they don't get back up. That would likely be wise. Otherwise, let them get the training in. Bruh, Helly. There we go. Come on, you guys can do it. Hopefully without taking too many grievous wounds. Bro, that AoE on that attack is ridiculous. There we go. Take the loot. Everybody patch themselves up and, well, patch each other up. Edward didn't take any hits, but Senlin did, and Helly did as well, which actually got him up to 21 toughness. Nice. Now who's this, dingus? Nomadic bandit, huh? Alright, let's watch this idiot get bullied. Beautiful. Love to see it. I'll take that. And we'll take that as well. Medic up and let's get back on the road. We'll try and avoid the rest of these nomadic bandits. But, yeah, if nothing else runs into us, we'll be, back when we get back to home, or at least the current home. Alright, we're making a little stop off here at the way station in the border zone. We made it through Shem and Skinner's Rome just fine. We're gonna make a little stop off here to sell off all the junk we're carrying from the beak things and that nomad bandit. That should probably at least partially recoup our losses of profit for taking or getting all those armor upgrades. And it covered about half of it, but we still made a profit either way of a decent amount. And if we could start doing those smuggling runs on a regular basis, that'd be even better. And then the next step will be, you know, gathering enough money, material, people, etc. to start farming the hemp and processing the hash ourselves down here in, like, you know, the South Wetlands. And then we can really start raking it in, just essentially running across South Wetlands high bone fields and into, and, you know, a little bit of bone fields into Flats Lagoon. Yeah, I smell the money-making opportunities, alright? Of course, you know, we could also just set up a farm, like, right on the Shem swamp border. But, I mean, we've already done one where we lived in Shem, and Shem is pretty chill, especially once you've taken out the Dust Bandits and the Black Dragon Ninjas. Whereas I'm gonna have some different hostile factions to deal with if we go down here into South Wetlands. So, you know, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna mix it up a little bit. So let's get everybody back home. Shouldn't be too eventful of a run back here, you know? All we see around here really is Dust Bandits anymore. Dust Bandits, very occasionally Hungry Bandits. And that's about it. Makes it great for our privacy of what we're doing out here. Well, what I think we'll do once we're back, both Senlin and, I mean, neither of them is really going to take that long to recover from their wounds. So what we'll probably do is maybe go out on an expedition to find some more good targets to fight, to train their combat skills up, as well as Edred's. I mean, Edred's pretty good, but he's not like taking on whole packs of bandits by himself good. But we're gonna get him there, and we're gonna get Senlin and Helly here to the point where they can at least really hold their own. Which, Senlin's getting there. Helly needs a little more work. We've got pretty good weapons on all three of them. So that I'm not really worried about. Just stats at this point. Just things that need training. So there we go. We'll let them hop in bed to shake that off real quick. Make sure we're all good on things that need doing here. I like that saber that Edred has now. It's pretty slick. And I think Edred is immediately going to go out and start making the rounds again. See if we can find us a whole nother load of hash to take back. I think this time what we'll do is we'll gather it up maybe for a couple trips on separate days until we've just got enough to fill all three inventories all the way full and just make the run. And hey, while we're in Vane, if we happen upon another beak thing nest to steal eggs from, that'd be just gee golly grand. I just want the regular hive trader. Not the robotics shop. Factory. Hive trader. There we go. Over here, Adred. Yeah, also in the meantime, Senlin, what do you need to work on most? I'd say strength. Get to train in strength and heli. Yeah, you could use some toughness training. Those are very, very slow to train with the machines, but it's better than nothing. Mr. Bugman, do you have any drugs for me? You do. Thank you, thank you. Good. On to the next bug village. Away! Alright, I think from here on out in this journey, unless we run into a beak thing nest or anything, we'll just cover finding how much we get in each village, and then we'll see towards the end how much we got. Alright, we've arrived at the second hive village. Let's go ahead and see how much hash this guy's got. Give me the hash, boss. Give me the hash. Oh, I hate Steam Overlay. Well, hates it, precious. Only 7 from this guy. That's fine. We'll hopefully make it up from the next one. So we'll begin heading out, and we'll, like I said before, as long as we don't find a beak thing nest or something, we'll see you in the next one. Well, you know what? It's like I manifested it into existence. There is a lot of little babby beak things over here. But there's also a couple beak thing eggs, and I really want them. So we're just gonna try and grab the eggs and skedaddle. Skedaddle, skedoodle, your egg is now my noodle. Later, nerds! And hopefully they won't chase me all the way to the next bug village, but if they do, so be it. I'm just saying that's 4,200 apiece. And we could sell those anywhere for full value. Alright, hive traders right there. So let's not take a dip in the acid river this time. That'd be wunderbar. I don't need special exfoliation this time. There we go. That's 11 more. Now let's keep heading upriver and grab even more. It's another nest. Well, well, well. We might just have to pay them a visit. We just gotta remember that it's there because right now we've got to kinda... I don't think these guys are gonna give up as easy, so we're gonna have to kite them to the Hiver village, where we will strip them of all their internals that we can sell it to the local hive village, and then you know, buy their entire hash supply. Welcome to drug smuggling and Kenshi 101. Get used to beak things and how to deal with them. Though really, when you've got one decently fast character like this, beak things are not that big of a deal to handle. Yes, they are faster than you. If you have anywhere friendly nearby you can kite them to, with how slow their attack animation is, they're not that much of a struggle to deal with. As you can see, I'm barely doing anything to quote-unquote dodge their attempts to devour me. And now if they decide to follow me all the way down this hill, they will deal with all the hive soldiers, who are going to absolutely murderize them with pole arms. We'll go ahead and do that. Now we're alright. Once again, the trader is on this side of the river, so we'll go ahead and zippity on in there. Talk to the trader. He's got enough money to buy those beak thing eggs off of us. Good, good, good. And not a lot of hash here, but you know what? That's fine, because there's always more hive villages. That's the lovely thing about the hivers. There's tons of them. They're everywhere, man. But, like I said, unless we run into another nest or anything, we will, see how much hash they've got when we get there. Alright, we've arrived at the next hive village. Bugman, give me your drugs. Excellent. I think this will be a good haul to take back. But I do probably want to check in on that beak thing nest on the way back, so we'll see. But I'm going to start heading back hubward to stow all this away. So we'll see if we run into anything silly along the way. If not, then we'll see you back in the hub. So, let this serve as a kind of pseudo tutorial on how to manage beak things. Got a group of them, just set them up in a line. As long as you've got a decent enough melee attack, you can also just kind of do that if you can get them to line up nicely. But if you don't have the melee defense, get an attack in, pull back a little bit. Get an attack in, pull back a little bit. And sometimes they'll even hit each other, which is nice. Just don't let yourself get in the middle of them, where you're getting attacked from all sides. And as long as you do that, as long as you don't let yourself get flanked, you should have a pretty good time. I'm just gonna make sure this one, excuse me, ceases to breathe real quick by running over and ripping its beak off. And these guys came from a nest I accidentally ran past too, so we might be able to snag ourselves another egg or two on the way out. Oh, but wait, there's more! Well, this is going to take a while, so we'll be back shortly. Cue, imagine yourself a nice montage of me sped up farming beak things. But really, we'll be back when I've handled this. Alright, entire group of beak things down with just a quote-unquote minor head wound, and we only got that due to the fact that I couldn't be bothered to micro anymore. If I would have kept up microing it, I never would have gotten hit. Now here's the thing, I am perfectly willing to drop these beaks at all to grab another couple eggs. The eggs are worth much more. And you're all alone. Okay, you were all, huh? Alright, well, I'll just handle this little pack of them, and then we'll be able to grab ourselves probably one more egg. Oh, what a bloodbath. Let's go ahead and patch ourselves up. We took a couple of hits, because, well, we got stuck on a rock for a second there. And then, these poor nomads got involved. Which essentially means, they, actually gonna drop all this food. We're just gonna make sure to take the beaks off these guys and then drop them on the ground. So they don't get back up. And I'm raiding that nest. They had valuable eggs in there. And I want some. And I'm gonna have some. Oh, we can at least see what a one-on-one fight between Edred and a beak thing looks like, at least. And not a 1v freaking 8 like the last one. That's why it took a while. It took quite a while, actually. It was like a solid 7-8 minutes of just back and forth, kiting them around. And then those nomads actually just made it more complicated and led to us getting bit a few times. Alright, good. Now, nest. Alright, we're able to grab 3. On to the next village. Away! Well, the next village not only had enough money to buy those eggs, but they also had restocked on hash. So we've truly got as much hash as we can carry now, which means we can just head straight back to Rub-a-Dub-Dub. Welcome to the hub. And stow this stuff away. So we'll be back when we get there. Alright. Home again, home again. We have arrived. I did switch their training kind of in the middle of it here. So Senlin's now working on toughness, aka the most important stat. Helly's actually working on his stealth at the moment. Good. Now I think we will go ahead and stash the hash. Stash the hash and see for sure how much we've got in total now. 48. 48 is pretty good. That is a decent number, but I think we're going to want to carry a lot more on our next smuggling run. So I think we're going to be, at least, probably not today, but in the between episodes here, we'll probably look for some more companions to train up to be members of the team. because we need mules. We'll keep training our main 3 up and all that. But I don't think we're quite done for today. I was thinking about pulling off maybe one more big heist in Holy Nation territory. Because we are going to need materials. We are going to need a lot of them. And we don't have a lot of, especially building materials. We're going to need building materials and a lot more of them. We're going to need iron plates. We're going to need steel bars. We're going to need more fabrics and leather. We're going to need a lot more electricals and all that. So, methinks I will first grab some food for the road. And I'm going to let Edred heal up a little bit. We'll probably pass some time during the day with training. And then as it gets a little closer to nightfall, we're going to send probably all 3 of them up to stack so that we can pull off one more job, Arthur. Alrighty, we're ready to head out. Everybody's got an empty pack, good. We're not going far. We did also recruit one more person, Moo here, from the bar here in the hub. He has 1 in everything, so for now he's pretty useless, so we got him training up athletics. But for everybody else, we're heading straight up to stack. Straight up to stack to see what we can steal. So we can go ahead and steal us something good. I think main targets, of course, are going to be materials that we need. Other main targets are going to be blueprints, if we have enough time. Big one right now is building materials. We do not have very many. And if we are eventually going to build a base in the South Wetlands, we are going to need a lot of them. So, alright. Now we wait. Should be closing up soon. Good. We'll go ahead. Get in there. Oh, I did it again. Got myself stuck in the door. I'll go and hand those off to Senlin and Helly. And now Edred is going to go see if we can make off with some blueprints. Let's try the clothing shop, huh? There is a guard. Let's see. And the rest of those are things that have any armor value. So let's see. If we can just steal from right under this guy's nose. I think we're gonna have to knock this guard out. Nighty night. But now we're on a timer. He ain't gonna be unconscious that long. Good, good. These are some good blueprints. That's the kind of stuff we want. Now, come on. Racing against the clock here. There we go. Black and chainmail, black and chain shirt, rusty chain shirt, leather turtleneck, leather shirt. Good, these are the ones we want. And if there's any duplicates, of course, we can just sell them. Very good. Oh yeah, definitely gotta be a couple duplicates at least. But I'm not bothering checking, honestly. Because a lot of these are things we'll never use anyways. We're still going to learn all of them we can. We'll take that to sell anyways. Why not? Why not? Now, we're going to learn all the blueprints we can. So we can see how many duplicates we've got to sell. Good. Now, get the hell out of here. So the guard is none the wiser. And let's gather up and get the hell out of town. Before anyone notices something's awry. Boom. And back to the hub we go. So unless anything eventful happens along the way, we'll catch you when we get there. Alright, we made it back to the hub. Safe and sound with all of our stolen blueprints and these swamp ninja rags. So let's go ahead and go sell those. So we can see what the monetary profit on this run is. We're gonna have to go to the other place right over here. The Rebel Bar. The building materials are nice, but the money will also help a lot. We're gonna have to need to make a lot of runs stealing building materials if we want to get as much as we're gonna need to build ourselves up a little base, or at least to get started. But there we go. After selling all the blueprints, we've made ourselves a tidy little sum. We're back up to 167,000. And yeah, these guys also have blueprints, but I think I've pretty much got everything I want from them, but it's worth a double check. Yeah, some new weapon blueprints are always nice. We'll treat ourselves there a little bit. We still made ourselves a tidy little profit. Good. Good, good, good. Now, we've made ourselves some money. We've kind of at least gotten a little bit of the hang of that smuggling route. Got ourselves one new recruit. We'll probably get more in the meantime. But for now, I think that's a good place to leave off. So thanks everybody for coming by. Be sure to leave a like. Maybe even a comment, and maybe even subscribe. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye. It's like, who the hell is this person in my house? Get out of here. Bye-bye.